What's going on YouTube? And today we talk about the hits and misses of the C8 mid-engine Corvette. What's going on, my YouTube family? It's your boy D back with you once again. And everybody, it has been a whirlwind week. Everybody has been talking about the deliveries of the C8 mid-engine Corvette. People have been watching traffic cams and looking at their little apps on their phone to try to see when they're gonna get their C8 mid-engine Corvette. And so finally, everybody, deliveries are happening. People are happy. And who would blame them? This is probably within at least the past 30 or 40 years, even longer probably. This is the most anticipated debut of a car that I know in my lifetime that there has been. But everybody's getting these cars, everybody's happy. Of course, we have a few YouTubers who've gotten their cars like Mike, TJ Hunt. But what I'm gonna do, and I'm not gonna be a Debbie Downer or anything like that, but I must admit, there are still some things that irk me a little bit about the C8. And so we're gonna end up talking about that today. But not only are we gonna talk about the misses, we're gonna also talk about the hits. Everybody, real quick, this is an interruption to this video real quick. So at the time that I'm telling you this right now, I had already put the video and everything together, or already did the hits and misses video. However, if I would have did the hits and misses together, it would have been way too long. It was at like 20 some odd minutes. So right now, what I'm going to do in this video, I'm just going to end up talking about the misses. And then later on, in a subsequent video, I'll end up talking about the hits of the C8 mid-engine Corvette. So everybody, along with these misses that I'm going to mention, if you have some areas that you think GM is lacking in on the C8, make sure you go ahead and comment down below so I know what your thoughts is on this. And now back to the program. I don't want anybody to think that I'm some type of fanboy or some type of hater on the C8 mid-engine Corvette, because I really, really like the car. There's just some little things here and there that, let's just say I will not be getting rid of my C7 anytime soon. But I am super happy for everyone who's gotten one, everyone who has one on order. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Now, normally I don't do this, but I have my trusty little notes here that I need to go off of because, like I said, I don't want to miss anything. I want to make sure that I'm trying to be as thorough as possible, because if I'm going to say that I don't like something, I want to try to give some valid reasons why. And so I got everything written down here. So this is in no particular order. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first miss that I'm going to say the C8 mid-engine car has is the steering wheel. That god-awful steering wheel. Look, I don't care what anyone says, that steering wheel is atrocious. I mean, yeah, okay, I get it. It's supposed to be race inspired, but it needs to be a little bit less race inspired, because this, I mean, the top of it is just kind of look, and yes, it gives you visibility into the instrument panel, the instrument cluster. I don't need all that. I just need a steering wheel that looks good. And even from the moment that I saw this steering wheel in the leaked videos, I knew I had an issue with it. It just did not look right whatsoever. Yeah, you can't polish a turd, everybody. And you know, there are some people who, I know people who are getting the car, who ordered the car, who has the car. You know, of course they're gonna defend it. And I get that, because there's some things about the C7 that I defend that, you know, some people don't like, you know, the tail lights and different things like that. But I mean, this steering wheel is bad to me. And upper portion just totally ruins it for me. It just really looks, it looks totally out of place. Yeah, that's my first thing. That's probably to me, that is the biggest thing. Yes, okay, on to number 2, the spoiler design. So ever since I saw the test mules rolling around and I saw the spoiler on the back that was camo wrapped, I wanted it not to be that spoiler. Whatever was up underneath there, I did not want it to be that. And what I mean by that is it just looked really wonky, the center portion, and it looked rolled, and yeah, it just didn't look right. And so when they finally came out with it in July, it looked better, but it was still a little weird to me. And it looked better because it was in carbon flash. Now, I don't care what color you get, but if you get the spoiler, the Z51 spoiler and the body color, trash. Trash, it looks terrible to me. But when you have it in the carbon flash, it actually looks pretty good. I'm more partial to the high wing, but that rear spoiler just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, tell me what y'all think. Do y'all like the rear spoiler? Number 3, the wheel options. Chevy, come on. You have to give people better options than what you gave them. The open spoke looks terrible. The Trident, to me, looks terrible. You absolutely have to get aftermarket wheels for this car. Now, maybe for the Grand Sport or Z06 or Zora or ZR1, whatever they're gonna call the higher trim variants, maybe they'll come out with some different wheel options, but what they have right now is not gonna cut it. There's just nothing, there's nothing really more that I can say about it. Other than that, it's lacking, GM. I'm sorry. Yeah, lacking. One of the beautiful things that I've loved about the C7 Corvette is the center quad exhaust, or what I like to call the trumpets of hell. And they just look absolutely awesome. Whenever I saw a C7 or hell, a C6 rolling down the road and I saw those quad exhausts, there was something about that that just screamed, one, it screamed Corvette to me, but two, it just looks, I mean, it just looked badass to see 4 huge exhausts coming out the back. But now, not so much. Not so much. And what I mean by that is number 1, they've split everything apart. And I get that they may have had to do that because of the design of the car. So I've seen some mid-engine cars that has quad exhausts. Like I think the new 765 LT, they have quad exhausts coming out the back. So I know it could be done. But yeah, so that's number 1, exhaust going out to the sides. Number 2 on that is their square tips. This car has some really neat angles, and the square exhaust just does not go with this car. Now, you can disagree with me or you can agree with me, but all this is just my opinion. But square exhausts on a mid-engine Corvette, yeah, y'all really need to think that, or aftermarket people, y'all really need to come up with some better exhaust tips for the C8 mid-engine Corvette. Number 5, and no, number 5 isn't that the fact it is a dual clutch transmission, because we can beat that horse. We can beat that horse all day, and you know, it's something that I'm not even going to address because I don't feel that it's going to come back, even though I wish it would. So I won't even address that. I'll address the weight. So this car is, I think, starts at curb weight is 3,647 pounds, which is roughly about 195 pounds more than the C7. So when you go to another generation and then you create a mid-engine design, you want to decrease weight. You don't want to increase the weight. And I know that it is a wider car. It is a tad bit longer. And then of course you have the dual clutch transmission that is heavier than your standard transmission that they've used for previous generation Corvettes. However, the name of the game is weight savings. And I think some people would not have mind giving up maybe a little bit of the cargo space or something else in order to get the weight down. But now that I think about it, people will complain about anything. And so maybe if you would have given it less trunk space, people would complain about that. People don't complain about whatever. I'm complaining right now. So, but yeah, the weight on the C8, wish it was a little bit tighter. Tighter? Yes, a little bit tighter, less weight, and let's move on. I'm gonna jump out on, I'm gonna end up doing a 6th one, everybody. I'm gonna end up doing a 6th one only because I feel passionate about this. So the appearance package for this car, that is supposed to be your crown jewel. And why wouldn't you want to highlight your crown jewel even while you're driving? I think that GM missed the mark on not providing a lighted option for the engine even while you're driving. And it doesn't need to be a huge bright light, but maybe something kind of like some ambient light back there, a blue or a red, you know, give different color options for this car. But I shouldn't have to be still and turn on the cabin light or have to lift open the trunk in order for the light to shine down on the engine. Like I said, this is the crown jewel of that car, unless you have a convertible, which you don't even care anyway. But if you have the coupe, you want people to see that engine, and it will be cool as hell to be able to be rolling down the road and the back engine compartment is lit up in whatever type of color that you'd like. Now, I know that my aftermarket people, once again, they're probably gonna come to the rescue, and then they're gonna provide something for you guys who have these cars. But GM, hopefully maybe in the future, maybe for the higher variants, you will do something like that, but wish you would have done it off the bat. So, well, you know, maybe y'all could be saving it, I don't know. So, but as of right now, that's my feelings. Lighting should have done it. So everybody, that's all that I have time for. Like I said, even though there are several things that irks me about the mid-engine Corvette, there are a lot of things that I actually like about it as well, and I'm happy that it is here. So everybody, with that being said, thank you guys so very much for coming through, checking the channel out. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you like the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell notification button. So each and every time I put out a video, you'll be notified. And as always, everybody, remember, everyone deployed, and I'm out.